You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
In an industry where technician retention is a persistent challenge, the significance of benefits, a career path, and training cannot be overstated. Today, we're joined by Ryan Haskell, who's Fixed Ops Director at Jeff Weiler Automotive Family, to learn more about the technician playbook that he's created. So thank you so much for joining us once again here on the show, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jim. Great to be here.
Sure. So consumers are holding on to their cars longer today, meaning, they're visiting the service lane much more often. Are you seeing that to be the case where you are?
Many of our customers are expressing a greater intention to keep their vehicles for a longer period of time. And that shift in mindset has resulted in a more strategic approach to their vehicle maintenance. So while the growth of overall ROs has been pretty flat this year, we are seeing that services performed are often now more comprehensive as customers are prioritizing longevity and reliability of their vehicles.
Sure. How are service advisors handling the increased business? I mean, sometimes they don't get a chance to do walkarounds or spend much time with customers when that lane is so full.
Yeah, so we have a strong team of service advisors that have a great process in place, and they were absolutely fond of the customers' willingness to invest more in their vehicles, as they're eager to please our customers and make sure we have the retention for next year.
Yeah, for sure. So talk to me about the technician playbook that you've created. What inspired you to put this together?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for about 20 years. And in this industry, it's kind of, here's the keys, here's a laptop, make it better. And unfortunately, that's kind of how it's been.
Yeah.
So I recognize the importance for these entry-level kids coming in to kind of have a career path set up for them, something they could follow and track along the way to track their goals and where they want it to be. So it goes over everything from training to production goals, efficiency goals, key metrics for growth, and then most importantly, their compensation at every level.
Yeah.
And what it takes to get there.
That's great. That is something different than other dealerships that they might walk into for a job, because I know that for the time that I was running dealerships, we didn't have anything like that, but I definitely could see a need for something like that, especially with newbies coming onto the team, right? That they're just kind of trying to figure out where their locker is, or where the lunchroom might be, or whatever the case is. And oftentimes so many people are so busy they can't take the time to help them. So so something like this, I would imagine, is very valuable to them.
It has been, yeah. The technicians that kind of go through and see what it is, absolutely not only appreciate it, but then they're following it. I've had the opportunity to move up now 6 express technicians to become line technicians. Wow. One of which is now master certified.
That's fantastic.
In the 6 years I've been there, so it's really cool to see the adaptation that's happened in our industry.
Yeah, I would imagine. Where are you getting these, as you call them, kids? I call them kids too. Where are you getting these kids to join the organization?
Yeah, leveraging word of mouth is really important. We have these kids there that enjoy where they're working. So why not have them tell their friends and say, I have this great workplace. I have a career opportunity. Come join me and come have fun and learn a lot while we're doing it.
Sure.
And then we compensate those employees as well to make sure that if they are bringing a friend on, we're giving them a referral bonus. You know what I mean?
Great.
Why not have them come aboard?
Yeah, for sure. We know how much we spend in advertising. If you had to post that job on a LinkedIn or some other sort of platform out there, it's very expensive, as you know, and you might not get somebody that's good that's really that good at the end of the week. And here you've got somebody that's a referral and wants their friend to come work for the company, which I think also speaks volumes about how your current employee feels about working for the company, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly. They see the benefits in working for us, and they see the benefits in their long-term career growth. So they're telling their friends and they're joining the team, which is great.
Right.
We also do a lot with, relationships with high schools around and technical schools around to make sure that we're trying to capture those students coming out of there and making sure they have a good place to go with a career path for them.
Sure. What are today's technicians looking for in the terms of benefits and things before they join an organization like yours?
Yeah, I think they're looking for work-life balance, financial stability, and then most importantly, what we're talking about, professional growth. And I think it's our job to give it to them. So weekends off, to manage a work-life balance, monthly bonuses to recognize their performance, and then fair compensation aligns with what they're doing. These guys are on their feet 12 hours a day. They're working hard. They're getting dirty. Why can't they make $100,000 a year?
Right.
So just having a clear path for their professional development, and then them looking to us as leaders and wanting to be involved in their growth. I think all that paired together is a recipe for success.
Right, right. If you had a magic wand right now and you could, say, I need this many technicians tomorrow, what would that number be among all those beautiful stores sitting there behind you?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a need for technicians in the industry. I'd probably say in our group we could handle another 150 technicians.
Wow, really? Oh my gosh.
When you're talking, each technician can bring in $20,000 in gross per month.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. Let's get 1,000 more. You know what I mean?
That is incredible. Sure. That's fantastic. Yeah. And I would imagine too that there's probably people that have purchased vehicles from you, customers, and also services from your company that enjoy it so much and enjoy the experience. And those people that they've come in contact with at Jeff Weiler, they say, I'd like to work here, right? Customers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get customer referrals all the time. It's really interesting. We started doing video multi-point inspections here recently in the past year. And customers are now being introduced to the technician almost through a video and requesting to not only work with that technician, but hey, can I talk with them? Can I learn from them? And then we absolutely do get the applications that come in along with that from some of the parents' kids and stuff like that have
That's
vehicles.
Pretty cool. A number of dealers that I've spoken to here in the last year have chosen to go with a mobile setup where they bring the service right out to the customer where they might be in their home or their office. Have you done that at Jeff Weiler? And what does that look like if you have?
Yeah, we have tried the mobile service aspect of it. Obviously, it's a little bit more limited on what you're able to do, depending on the outfit of the vehicle. So you can do some tires, brakes. We've done it where we're more focused on the recall aspect. So being a little bit more convenient for the customer, being able to go to them and service their vehicle and get the recalls done so they don't have to come into the dealership has been a huge, significant advantage. And customers really do appreciate that.
Sure, sure. With EVs out there, and I'm sure you've sold a few EVs in the last year, do you feel it's true that they require less maintenance than ICE vehicles? And is there a concern on your part about that in the future?
To answer the latter part of that question, no, I don't really have a concern. You're starting to see more manufacturers go away from EVs or start to focus more on a hybrid model. And then the prior part of that question, yeah, I mean, they do require a little bit less maintenance. There's no drivetrain anymore. There's no engine. There's no transmission. They're going to have heavier tire wear. Because those EVs are really heavy units. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot less maintenance on the very few EVs that we're going to see here in Ohio.
Sure, sure. What's the greatest impact do you feel in retaining technicians and service advisors for that point? With Jeff Weiler, how do you keep people?
I think the emphasis on relationships creates a positive and supportive work environment. Fostering that sense of camaraderie and teamwork contributes significantly to an employee's sense of purpose and engagement. We reinvest in our employees so much as well. We buy them toolboxes. We send them the training. We do all types of things. We do weekly lunches that are all paid for. We do monthly events. Our latest is we went go-kart racing at a local go-kart track. And did a Grand Prix style race with all the employees and their spouses and whoever else wanted to come.
That's pretty cool.
So, just showing our employees that they matter and we care and we value them has had a significant impact and will continue to do so. Yeah,
for sure. And that's probably why Jeff Weiler enjoys a very high level of retention there at your group, right? No question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've got to spend time and money in that area if you want to hold on to people, because it's a fact that other dealerships are going to be after your people, and why give them a reason to leave, right?
Absolutely, and not just other dealerships. We're talking aftermarket world as well.
That's right. That's right. Good
competition
point.
The competition is very it's out there, and
Yeah.
everybody's just looking for the top dollar. So we have to show them there's something more important than just the upfront money, but the long-term money that they're going to see with us.
Sure. Now that we're in the middle of April and you finished your first quarter, how did it go for 2024? Did you hit your expectations?
Yeah, we actually hit our KPIs and then some ahead of last year, which was amazing.
That's great.
Obviously, our goal is to continue to grow with CP RO count being pretty flat. The focus is on advertising now and drawing those customers in the door and just making sure we retain our current ones.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Sounds like things are going good there at Jeff Weiler. So Ryan Haskell, Fixed Ops Director for Jeff Weiler Automotive. Thank you so much for joining us here on Inside Automotive. Very much appreciated. And thank all of you for watching. Don't forget, you can also access all of our CBT news and in-depth interviews now on Roku and Apple TV. So thank you very much, Ryan, for joining us today.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.